The last 3 years have been quite extraordinary. The proposal for a school like YTA, which was simply once an idea in Rabbi Samson's head, has blossomed into a program that's really succeeded. And you are a wonderful result. You made it! You did it! Kol hakavod. I cannot begin to describe how proud I am of each and every one of you. You're a very, very tight-knit group. You rally around other boys who might feel uncomfortable and make them feel a part of the action. You accept positive leadership in the class without feelings of jealousy. The social peer pressure of this group, parents, you should know this, is so positive that everyone feels they belong in this group. Over the 3 years, various people have joined the class, and each one has quickly felt that he's a part of the group. That's no easy feat. And I really, truly, the Bein Adam L'Chavero, I applaud each and every one of you for that accomplishment. All of you have improved academically. YTA with Nativ Meir has given you the chance to succeed and given you the tools that you need for the future. I believe that as you grow older, this will become even more obvious to you. But the fact that you've developed study skills and have succeeded in Limudei Kodesh and your Bagriyot is certainly a tribute to you, but the bulk of the thanks must be given to your teachers and your Rabbeim. They haven't just taught you. They have worked hours to develop a methodology. Do not forget that the entire concept of what we call YTA is new, and methodology is innovative and groundbreaking. Your teachers have succeeded in creating a program that gave you the confidence you needed to succeed, the ivrit that you needed to pass your bagriyot, and excellent shiurim and classes in which even the normally casual listener would want to participate. I personally owe the teachers, the secretaries of Nativ Meir, Davidi, and Eliakim, and of course, Benny the Yoetz, an additional personal debt of gratitude. I started in this position with relatively little background in the ins and outs of each day of the field of study of Misrad HaChinuch, and these staff members' expertise, each in his or her own miktsua, was essential in helping us build a program with achievable goals. Thank you very much to all of the teachers and families. 3 years ago, right around this time, Rav Samson and I came to Nativ Meir to speak to Rav Talber of the possibility of a partnership. Now, this has already been mentioned, but I want to keep mentioning it. It was not a dover pashut that Nativ Meir should agree. They just had agreed to begin another ambitious program to help Ethiopian teens, and it would have been quite reasonable for Rav Talber and the entire staff of Nativ Meir to ask us to find another venue. I would like to thank Rabbi Talber for helping us to establish YTA and giving us a home. Eric and Ricky share an office, and they both share a tremendous passion for this program. Eric spends much of his waking hours counseling, soothing, building up our students' characters. Just the other night, a parent said to me, "My son talks a lot about the guy, Eric, that everybody likes and everyone can talk to." Nothing more needs to be said. Ricky is our behind-the-scenes coordinator. Her interest goes way beyond making sure things are copied and phone calls are made. The boys are important to her, and she offers sound advice on how to deal with issues that come up in the school. I know you're here somewhere. Thank you very much for all of your help. And Chanina has another job besides emceeing the graduation. He's responsible for a Gemara shir, an English shir, a Megamah class, and myriads of other administrative responsibilities, including helping with the yearbook, the website, and organizing the event that we're sitting at today. Thank you so much for all of your help. Rabbi Samson has a great many gifts. Perhaps the most important thing that he has taught me is that a good idea always deserves a fighting chance to become a reality. There were many hurdles that needed to be overcome to create YTA. Established educators that I met personally were absolutely certain that this program would not help, it would not lead to any sort of integration, but would further alienate the students, and at the end of the program they would all return to Chutz La'aretz. All you have to do is flip your programs to see that Rabbi Sampson was correct, and these these educators missed the mark. Chutz La'aretz does not appear on the program. Our students have realized that they can be themselves, take the good of their previous culture, and nevertheless feel perfectly comfortable in Medinat Yisrael. And we all have Rav Sampson to thank him for his vision. I'd also like to share with you a short idea. I heard from Rav Amichai Gordon, who is a Ram in Yeshivat Har Etzion, the following idea, and I'm adapting it a little bit to our ma'amad today. In Parshat Ba'alotcha, which we read a couple weeks ago, the Jews are given a simple command. When the cloud goes up from the Mishkan, so you travel. When the cloud settles down on the Mishkan, you stop. We all know it for the Bagrut B'Kiyut. You had to know that, right? Simple. Cloud goes up. Now, what doesn't make so much sense is that you could have said that in one pasuk. The psukim keep going on, and if it's 2 days, then they would sit for 2 days and then they would travel. And if they stayed a month, they would stay a month and they would travel. We get it. We know if the cloud goes up, you move. If the cloud comes down, you stand still. Why is there so much explanation of this concept of when you're supposed to move and when you're supposed to remain steady? But kanireh, the concept of knowing when to move and when to stay put is not a simple matter. The next week, Parshat Shlach. At the beginning of Perek Yud Daled, the Jewish people should have agreed to move. And instead, we had Chet HaMaradin. At the end of Perek Daled, when they should have understood that HaKadosh Baruch Hu needs them to stay, we have the Mapilim. And we have people who say, no, we're going to conquer Eretz Yisrael. When they're supposed to move, they stop. When they're supposed to stay, they move. Even with an Anan to guide us, we can get confused. Hashem used this and used extra psukim to try and home in this message to us about when to stay put and when to move. There's no Anan today. We're a little bit more in the dark. But instead we have Torah and our teachers and our parents whose life experience and knowledge we rely on for direction. I believe that the greatest gift, mamash the greatest gift, besides all the Rambams and the Tosotim and all the Gemara that you learned over the past 3 years, is a Torah perspective on life and decision making that you have to glean from your Rebbeim and from your teachers at YTA. You're more prepared to make important decisions, and you will be called upon to make them. You're better equipped to know when to move and when to stay put. You are more knowledgeable about yourselves, and you will use this information to determine also when you need to seek guidance. A student once went to the Chazon Ish, and the Chazon Ish used to live near the Panovitz Yeshiva in Bnei Brak, and he came to him with a complaint that the Mashgiach Ruchani of Panovitz, Rabbi Leo Dessler, was too kind and too patient with his students. I'm used to Mashgiach who's firm, who's tough, sets the rules, steadfast. The Chazon Ish smiled and he said, Chazal say that Rav Dessler's way is correct. Talmud was very confused. Where did Chazal talk about these things? So the Chazon Ish explained that the Gemara in Kedushin, Chav Vav and Aleph, which we will Be'ezrat Hashem be learning next year, in discussing metaltalin, movable objects, says that kinyan meshicha, which means drawing the object to yourself, is a better kinyan, a better way of acquiring ownership than a chazaka, which is acquisition by force. This is an illusion, says the Chazon Ish, that affection can influence a Talmud much more than strict, rigid structure. We have done our best at YTA and you've given us a run for the money, but we've done our best to follow Reb Dessler's way of thinking. I feel that Baruch Hashem, I personally have a very close connection with each one of you. And I must say that I know that I'm going to feel a tremendous loss when all of you leave. To me, these past years were very, very special. They gave me an emotional understanding of Rashi's interpretation of the pasuk, Ve'ela Toldot Aharon and Moshe. The Torah implies that it's going to be telling us the generations, the children of Aaron and Moshe, and yet it goes on only to list Aaron's children. Probably most of you know this Rashi. Rashi comments that by teaching someone the Talmud, the Gemara, the Torah, the Rav-Talmud relationship can turn to something so strong that it resembles the relationship of a father to his own children. So as Aaron's children can be called Moshe's because Moshe taught them Torah. A father gives his children a very, very special bracha every Friday night. This is the bracha I'd like to share with you, to leave you with, the Birchat Kohanim. Yivarechacha Hashem v'yishmerecha, Ya'er Hashem panav elecha v'chuneka, Yisa Hashem panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May Hashem give constant bracha and hatzlacha to all of you, keep you strong. May your commitment to Torah and the strength that you have, which is ma'asim tovim and bein adam v'chavera, always continue to grow.